Yes?
There we go.
I got a bad feeling about this.
You should have had a bad feeling about this a long time ago. Looks like we're working now. Cool. Introductions are completed, but Estes, raise your hand. Matt, raise your hand. Yes? Ravi, raise your hand.
Dingus.
There we go. And this is me. Now you know whose faces were to those names from earlier. Okay, yeah, so we're back, and we're doing a quick recap. By quick, I mean, well, it'll be a little long-winded, but not too much. So you all got to this continent that you are currently at, and went to Zana's lab, workshop, place in the city of Ogma's Wharf, where you found a random person in the form of Bones over there, Matt, played by Matt, kind of enlisted them for some help getting around the city a little more sneakily. Got into the lab, gave over one of your crystal balls to the mentor of Zana, and found out the possible location of the other, which was in the garrison. So you guys, some of you went over there, got pretty darn successfully. There's some shenaniganery going on with Zana, but it probably helped inside. They didn't have much to worry about. So you found the crystal ball in there, which allows you to communicate with Grembuil, Zana's mentor. The other two of you, one of you, Bones, went downstairs in this large laboratory that also functions as basically the city hall, and the library, as this was a research-focused place. So Bones went downstairs to find out what was making this pink, diffused light throughout the whole city. Opened a door and realized it's definitely down this way, but his spidey senses were tingling, and he decided, I probably shouldn't go here. So, knowing exactly where to go, he decided, yeah, let's abandon this before I die, or someone dies, or everyone dies. Who knows? And in the meantime, Ambrose went over to the library, grabbed a couple books that might help kind of with some of the knowledge that you need. Some pieces are missing for what you have learned so far. You're trying to put the pieces together, and it hasn't quite come together yet. So you left Ogma's Wharf to try and do something. I don't know if you really decided on why, but you left to find your ship being attacked by this necrotic rot you've found along the way. You saved a lot of the people that were left to be saved. The boat was destroyed. Balthazar, the captain, is mad at Seth for convincing him to continue on the journey when he could have stayed in this nice little vacation spot.
I did not convince him.
You did. You even rolled persuasion on it.
It was more like a half-hearted, like, oh, you can't leave, you're my captain.
That's true, but Balthazar, while he is a pirate, he is also easily persuaded. Yeah, but you kind of found out downstairs in the boat there was some pain being had by Xavier, by Balthazar, and mainly by Blutus, who was trying to protect the captain from the rot that was slipping through the cracks in the floor above. Luckily, there was this large rift opened in the side of the ship that they were on, so they were able to jump out into the water, and you all kind of tried to make sure everyone was safe. Got through that, got back to shore, and Ambrose is like, well, we know that that camp that we wanted the goblin scriptures from is up the northern side of this beach. So let's just head there and figure out what we're doing after that. So you walked along this rocky shore. That's basically where you're at now. I do want to. I think last time we kind of took you to, a pretty close spot. I want to just bring you guys back a little bit, maybe a mile out, maybe a mile and a half out, just to kind of have you all discuss, talk amongst yourselves a little bit. Let's see what's going on while you're there.
So we just found like one of the hidden camps, right? Or we found a map or something.
When you got there, you found this small series of lean-tos that was set up, and you found a little note that says, "Base 2 overrun. Steer clear." Is basically what you found. I don't remember the exact wording I used.
And then Ambrose flew up, right?
Flew up.
And did he say anything? I can't remember.
Does anyone remember, any of you three remember, if Ambrose saw anything when he flew up? Because if not, we do have another person who can fly and take a look. We might just have to go with that because, it's been, a month and a half?
Just a month.
I don't think so. I think it's been longer. I think we skipped 2 of...
Did we?
I think so.
Damn. Yeah, we'll just do the latter. Ambrose is gonna be like, wait, squirrel. Wait, what did I just see? And fly up.
You go ahead and fly up. Let's use bones.
Alright, I'm flying.
You fly up. Just give me...
Loop-de-loops.
I do remember him doing this. I know he used the spyglass.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
He did use the spyglass. I don't remember if he actually succeeded. Let's say you have the spyglass and you're trying to investigate into this camp. You're a mile and a half out, so it's still pretty rough. So go ahead and roll me a investigation check. You need some dice. You got him?
Yep.
He's got him.
Try that one. Or that one. Or that one. One of them is really good. The other 2 are mediocre.
Listen to the dice. Let them tell you if they're the good one.
6.
Investigation. You can add your investigation modifier.
So 12.
12. Yeah, you see some signs of destruction. Like things have been brought down. Some of the buildings are just a little fucked up.
Do I see anything alive?
You wouldn't be able to notice live things from this far. But as you do kind of scan the beach, you notice that about 3/4 of a mile ahead of you, there's these squiggles, these black squiggles that seem to be kind of all going in the direction of that camp.
I'm gonna fly down, black squiggles are leading into this destroyed and apparently abandoned like site. Squiggles are course of black veins running through the land.
Do we know it's abandoned?
No,
You're assuming it's abandoned.
I'm hoping it's abandoned. No apparent life anywhere near.
What is it, a fucking canvas? Squiggles, huh? Well. How many?
It would have looked like
Just
thousands, like
Okay.
like all the way down this beach, like all the way around you, and it passes the base that you were looking at, and it just seems like it keeps going up into the base, which is probably a good like quarter mile into the beach.
just thousands of these veins everywhere, going straight past this encampment. Do you want to go check it out, Zana?
I feel like we should, but I feel like we should try to do it unnoticed.
Yeah, how large is the settlement? What is the size of this settlement?
You'd say it looks like it can hold about 1,000 people.
Might be worth checking out.
Quite a large encampment. Well, let's go.
Okay. You continue on down the beach at a regular pace, trying to see if anything shifts in the distance as you approach. As I said, it's about 3/4 of a mile in that you saw those squiggles. And as you come up, it looks to be like almost anaconda-sized, like pieces of this rock. It doesn't look as though it's moving, but it has moved. As you can see behind it, trails in the sand and movement in the rocks that has definitely shifted, showing that these did in fact travel.
Can I do like an investigation to see if I can determine how long ago they traveled?
Yeah, you can.
15?
15, you would... So as you kind of come this way, it is less of just intense rocks and more sandy. And you can tell that it's probably been a few days as the like divots have kind of filled in with some sand, but there's still a little bit of that trail left over. So there's definitely been like some wind through here, but not enough to completely mask the trails.
So the squiggles the trail, or the squiggles the...
The squiggles would be the rot.
Okay,
It left the trail.
gotcha.
And it's not moving at all right now?
It doesn't appear to be moving any of this. Like you're standing here and it's just like these
Carved
big,
into the ground.
yeah, these big pieces, and it's just like almost like just puddled up into its own track.
Can I see like how far it extends?
What do you mean?
Like is it just going on for like I can't even see the end of it, or is it like a contained like amount of rot?
So it's like one squiggle here, one over here, and it's like they're all separated. Like there's bits that you can walk in between it. But from like ground level,
Almost.
like you would be able to see that there is like a definitive end where this wasn't happening anymore. About 1.5 miles ahead of you.
Almost like it was engaged in combat, sustained some damage, and left these little pieces.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
What say you, scientist?
I feel like we should try and kill what's left here right now while it's like not doing anything. Before it does start doing something because it was moving. So can I tell if it's dead? No, it's not dead because it like turns into a sphere when it's dead, right?
It's still kind of a liquid. Like it's so usually when you're dealing with this stuff, it looks like it's almost formed. Like it actually has shape to it.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like you just got some black dye and threw it into a divot in the sand.
This shit is flammable, right?
Yeah.
Can I prestidigitate it to light it on fire? Because in the spout it says I can instantaneously light or snuff a candle, torch, or small campfire, which makes me think that I can light flammable things.
Yeah, I'll say you're able to. You start just like this one. That you're all standing at the first like squiggle, the first sign of this rot, and you light one end. Get this little flame going, and you see it light up like, if you have like a. Remember back in the day when we were like in band and we'd like draw with the axe spray and then light it? You kind of see that in a slower way. It just kind of like spreads down this, and otherwise you don't. There's nothing to notice other than the smell.
It didn't react?
It doesn't react. It just, as you watch it, it just kind of burns and burns and burns until you just see this little charring on the sand below.
I feel like we should just, for good measure, do this to the rest of them. Because what can it hurt? If it's already dead, then it's But if there's a chance that it's not.
Can I get an estimation on how long that would take?
Let's see. I might have a fire spell as well.
Yeah, with prestidigitation, it would take you probably like 5 hours, 6 hours, at least.
Flame blade.
Because I'm trying not to use spells. Well, I guess I could use sacred flame. Is that really a flame, though?
Well, you could. If anyone has like simple flint and steel, we can just
Yeah,
ignite
or
it.
what if we make some Molotov cocktails?
Well, I have
that.
control flame that I can just.
Radiant damage. I wouldn't say that's flame then.
But it's not a very like large surface area for it.
I think, okay, is Control Flame a cantrip? I believe it is. So you could, with that, I'd say that you two could do this in about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours.
Okay, I have flame blade. Would that help speed things along?
It could. Ambrose will also. I'm just gonna do this to help you
Wall
out.
of fire.
I have Ambrose's spells.
Ambrose is just gonna like pull out some torches and light them all, and just say like, "Here, guys, just like go start lighting these on fire." So that way, with you and what you have of the crew, you all get some torches, and you can kind of just walk and mow through all of this. And we'll say up to the camp, 1 hour.
Okay. I think it's worth it at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to get jumped from behind. Good idea. So you all kind of walk through, touching the torches to one end and just letting it go back. We'll say Balthazar looks over at two of the crewmates and is just like, go back to the beginning and make sure that all of these have completely dissipated. And they'll go and just do a quick sweep. Second, like a double check, just make sure it's all gone behind you. That takes 1 hour. And we'll say since they're just kind of running there and back, they take about 30 minutes. No, it doesn't take them 30 minutes. It takes them they're sailors, so they're not like the best at running, so we'll give them like 15 minutes. No. We'll give them 20 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, they're probably drunk somehow, they're gonna slip, trip, fall.
Oh, this sailor background is athletics. So.
Okay, so yeah, you could get to like straight to the camp in an hour. Do you want to use that entire hour, or do you want to like, where do you want to stop? Reassess and reevaluate your situation.
Probably at like just past the Booney buildings.
Just past the Booney buildings.
Yeah. So I imagine that. Oh, so I mean, the way I'm picturing it is there's like a dense center, and like it starts to get less dense as you get towards the edge of the settlement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just around the Booney buildings.
So this is like one humongous hut,
Oh.
and then a couple of Booney buildings, but they're not like they're not too separated. So this one's like it's like nestled up a little closer to the mountain, and then there's a few that are like nestled up to the mountain. There's like a few buildings that kind of encircle it.
Okay.
Um,
Probably that because I would want to clear the area before just walking in.
okay. Since you said that you're trying to clear the area, I will let you make a perception check on the surrounding.
Doesn't matter what dice I use.
Doesn't.
Or 15.
15?
It might matter.
Yeah, as you come up, you notice lots of signs of struggle that have happened. You see that these like tendrils have kind of reached out. They came through and like it looks like they started like swiping, like almost like they were lifting up and coming down, smacking people. All these orcs and goblins, they're just. It looks like they're just bodies all over the place. By your 15 perception estimation, would tell you there's probably about 600 bodies.
Jesus.
Wow.
Ambrose. How long have they been deceased?
Ambrose will look up at him and be like, I think I need to get closer.
Alright. I'm gonna turn to the crew and be like, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one volunteer to accompany us.
We'll say Xavier is like, let's do it.
Alright. Hermit. I need you to make half of us invisible. I'll take care of the other half.
Nice.
We each can do 3 people.
Cool. Hermit will make himself and you two invisible. You can make Ambrose, yourself, and Xavier invisible. You are walking on sand, so you're not entirely inconspicuous.
Right.
But as inconspicuous as you can be at the moment. Yeah, so you begin to approach. I do have something set up for this, so let me try and get in there. Show you. Yeah, so you enter in between two of the buildings. You're looking around at just death and destruction. Buildings are kind of torn apart. Some of them are like just roofs are off and look like they're just toppled over. You have just all sorts of orcs, goblins, their weapons, their armor even is different pieces of it are like melting away almost, and then You notice something disgusting. As you walk, you find one of these orc bodies. It almost looks like it's filled with this rot.
God.
Is it like an egg sack?
Is it like the flood?
Let me on a nat 20, someone does this. Yeah, I actually got a nat 20. First roll for me.
Hey, success! Is it though? Success?
Xavier steps right onto one of these
No.
dead orc bodies. And as he does, you hear this squelch. As the squelch happens, you look over right away because you're trying to be quiet. Why is he making noise? You look over and you notice from the eyes and the nose, this rot just starts coming down, pouring out.
Is there a drink in there?
And it looks at you.
It looks at
The
me.
the
The body?
rot.
The
slime
body.
or the body.
The body with the rot in it looks at you, at Xavier, and then snaps instantly to you. And looks at you.
You don't see me. Shit. Sacred Flame.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And if it's prone, it's got disadvantage.
Be a 16.
It's not prone, fuck.
It is prone. Good idea. Very good. It's 16.
Meets.
Okay. It still does damage, right? No. Okay. Steph's just like, ugh! And chucks a spell over at the ground. And it,
I'm no longer invisible.
it hits right in the ground next to him. Nothing else happens. Xavier's standing above this. We'll also go ahead and take a swing.
He's no longer invisible then either.
As he takes his swing, it goes straight through the neck, about halfway through, and you see the head like fall back, and then the rot take over and pull down the head. Yeah, you're dealing with some disgusting shit. Sorry.
What did you awaken, Seth or Xavier? You could have one of these too. That's these.
You want me to put those in there?
Yeah, why not?
Keep it cool. That's some nasty things.
Can I really not get into my own roll 20?
This is, I feel like a contortionist.
I guess I'm gonna go over and use Flame Blade.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Do it.
You fucked up, so
I didn't fuck up. Maybe you're fucked up. Knew we should have taken Balthazar. At least we didn't take Blutus.
I mean, Blues would just be, especially if you took Xavier and Blutus. Blutus at this point would just be stomping all over everyone. That looks like fun.
Squish, 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 squish.
I don't know what to add. It's a melee attack. What do I add to my roll?
Melee? With what weapon?
With the Flame Blade?
Well, what weapon are you doing the flame blade on? 'Cause it's a weapon enhancement.
No, it's a fiery blade like appears in your free hand.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of the wrong one. It would be your spell attack then. I'm thinking. What am I thinking?
Okay, so that's
Booming blade.
22.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
It's 3d6 fire damage.
Nice.
Oh no, it is. It is what I said. You enhance one of your weapons.
It says you evoke a fiery blade in your free hand. This blade is similar size and shape to a scimitar and lasts for the duration.
Give me
If you
Tasha's.
let go of the blade, it disappears, but you can evoke the blade again as a bonus action.
Because I'm finding a different definition, so we'll go to Tasha's. Green flame blade.
13.
Ooh, nice.
That's 13 damage. Okay.
This one is. Yeah, I don't know. This is just what's. It says it's a druid spell, so I don't know if it's just different because of the hood.
Brandish the weapon used in the spell's cast.
Do you own a weapon of any sort?
I do. I have a spear.
Add your spear damage.
So then that would be +2, so that would be 15.
Okay.
Nice.
13, 15, and then 9. Yeah. You do that, and you hear the sound of all of this nastiness within just kind of bubble up and goop away. Turn into more of a liquidy substance. And it is no longer moving or doing anything creepy.
So then,
You're welcome.
yes. This does change the plan. We'll take the 3 that remain invisible and have them scout on ahead while we hang back.
Do you know the login for Incarnate?
The Paradise Rolls one? Are you signed in? You are. Log in with Google.
You light it on fire.
There you go.
Nice.
So you, remaining invisible, will be Scout. You alone
Don't step on anything.
Alright.
will hang back and keep you safe if something does look at you.
Well, allow me. I'm gonna take flight probably 10 feet, just above. How tall are these buildings?
They're massive, aren't they?
The little building?
The little ones are probably about 15 to 20 feet
15
tall.
to 20 feet.
Yeah.
No, I'll stay below roof height, so I'll just be like 10 feet.
Okay. You go up 10 feet and you're just trying to scan around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just clear the next corner and alleyway between the buildings, because we're between 2 buildings, right? Yeah, I'm gonna clear the next. Do I see anything?
Roll me a investigation check. You are perceiving loads of bodies, so you're gonna have to look for what. You're gonna have to look for the diamonds in the rough if there
Mhm.
are any.
All right. Set investigation. 7.
7? Yeah, I mean, it looks like everyone's dead. There's lots of rot all over the place. Any of these could be taken over.
Zana, be sure to collect a sample of this one. Perhaps it's biologically different.
I'll take a.
Okay. From within the corpse?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just taking a sample? Are you kind of looking at it? Are you doing anything with it? Just grabbing it and putting it away?
I mean, I'll like as I'm collecting it, if I'll like see if I notice anything about it that would like stand out to me outside of like what I've already collected.
With that, you are able to make an Arcana check.
Guidance.
Nice.
What does that mean?
Micromanagement.
Yep.
It's a D4.
Yeah.
17.
17. As you're using, I don't know, probably a rock or something from within your surroundings to scoop this into your jar, you notice that it has this hue. It's almost like luminescence to it. It looks as though it has been altered in some fashion by some form of magic.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, but I can't necessarily detect anything more specific than that.
No, this wouldn't be a type of magic you'd have any understanding of. You would just notice the signs of the magic being there. Where are you going?
There's a secret lever in the wall.
He's trying to drop me through the floor. Yeah, but you can definitely tell as you're doing this, and as you look through the jar, there's this almost like green aura about it.
You need to roll an investigation check for the plug.
I do. But I think I already did, and I got a nat one.
That one. Okay. And I kind of like look around and see if I can perceive if there's anyone else, like any more bodies that have the same aura.
Yeah, if you're walking around trying to find this, I'll give it to you. Make an investigation check.
Seven.
Yeah, there's lots of dead bodies and lots of rot. Any of them can be taken over. As you do walk around, you notice there's something not quite right with the main building. The big building in the center of this kind of circle.
Just get like a bad feeling or what?
No, you, from afar and as you were like approaching, it looked fairly normal as you're right up in its face, basically at this point. It doesn't look to have the same type of architecture anymore that it once would have to match the remainder of these buildings.
Like it was being shrouded in magic somehow? Or it
No, it
changed?
had a similar color. From far away, it had the same color, and it looked looked like it matched the other buildings.
But now that I'm close up, I can see that it's different.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see that it's almost like this was created now out of earth that took on this almost reddish brown hue. And at the front, there's a few different skulls of mainly orcs.
See how recent those skulls are.
Not exactly. They've been obviously cleaned, like turned into decoration.
But they don't look like they were just like put there like 2 days ago.
They look like they were put there maybe like not too long ago. Um, yeah.
Okay. Can I like go? Can I go up to the door of the building?
It's this large opening.
Oh, it's just opening.
Yeah, you can kind of just peer inside.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
As you peer in, you notice that there's like a swirl that goes up through the center of this building into where it appears as though those same like earth spikes were coming out at the top, almost like holding everything up. And inside, there's more bodies, there's more rot, and there is this weird, almost rainbowish hue that you can see kind of permeating through it. It's like a red, green, blue.
Through the building itself.
Not it looks like there's lights coming up.
Okay. Can I figure out what it's coming from? If there's a source.
From outside, you may not, but
I'll
you
go inside.
you can go up closer. Yep.
Yeah, I'll go inside.
As you go up closer, make me an investigation check.
Seven.
Dang, with the sevens on the investigation.
I know.
Damn. Okay. You know that you probably want to be fairly careful about where you step in here. There's loads of bodies all over. But as you kind of step through the threshold and walk, you kind of stand up and you notice that there's this hole coming from where these same like things are coming up, these spirals are coming up. They're fairly thick. And when they come through to the ground, it's almost like a trunk, like almost like a tree trunk. They bow out at the ground, and one of them, it looks as though the light is coming straight out of where it meets the ground.
Go check it out.
You approach and see that there's definitely this same like weird texture that's on everything. It's like outside on the horns, you notice that there's like sections, like a worm almost. And it looks like as you,
Can
huh?
I see them?
It's like an Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah. Like it has these different like.
Am I inside the mouth of an Alaskan bullworm?
Yes, absolutely. S for Sandy. S for SpongeBob.
Ambrose is also no longer invisible. Can I see them?
Are you?
I figured I am not invisible.
Well,
Either,
no,
right?
you're not because you attacked. But I'm saying like, did we stick together enough?
No. You're still back at the same little alleyway.
They ignored my.
So me and Zana are closer together, right? Because
Yeah, you're on the inner layer.
and they're just like hanging in the door, right? Or
Yeah,
just
they-
walk
I just
through the
waited-
door.
Yeah, I just walked through the door.
They walk through the threshold. I'll say you're able to kind of walk up and like help and at least be back up. And yeah, so as you're looking, it's like these weird links that go through everything, and it looks like it's been kind of crafted into these stairs that lead down in this. And it has this weird, as you kind of go down, and there's this light coming through. It has this weird. It's not weird to you anymore, actually. To anyone else, it would be weird, but to you, it's not.
I've seen weirder.
It's lined with like a blackness.
Is the black on the ground?
It's all over. It looks like almost like some mass of this rot had gone through it, maybe excavated this or.
Okay, but it's like what it looked like once we burned it away. Like it's not really
Yeah.
actively there. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like moving or doing anything.
Okay.
It may still be active, like it may still hurt.
I got a bad feeling.
What's that?
That was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Who did that one?
I did.
Oh.
Okay. Do I? Can I see you? No, you're invisible, huh? So I don't know you followed me.
No, yeah, you wouldn't. You may be able to. You would hear my wings,
The
right?
occasional.
I'm like a big ass owl. No.
You could make yourself known if you want to.
I'll just Zana, wait. And I'm gonna go ahead of Zana.
I don't think we should go down there yet.
No?
I think we do need to go down there, but I think we need backup. I don't think we should go alone. So I want to go back out and try and find Seth.
Okay. Yeah, you go back out. Everyone's kind of looking around. I'll roll a couple checks to see if anyone's found anything else. 18, 20, 19, huh? Wow. Yeah. We'll say a few of the crew members have like noticed that there's a few more bodies outside that are there and obviously taken over the way that the first one was. And they're like pointing out to you and to Balthazar like these ones, be careful, don't step on these. And you have like a few crew members just standing near them so that they can make sure like to point them out. And that's what you kind of walk back to.
There's this creepy dungeon down there, and I think we gotta go in, but I got a bad feeling about it. But I think we need to go investigate it.
Is there a point to investigating this building?
Well, the rod was clearly in there. It clearly went through.
It's all about the fucking rot with you.
What else would it be about? Like,
There-
it just wiped out this entire fucking city.
Who gives a
I
shit?
didn't live in this city though.
Yeah, we're not here for rot. We're here for information.
What information? What information that is not connected to the rod?
About Arrakis.
They're connected.
They might be connected, but we're not here to fight every fucking piece of rot.
I'm not trying to fight. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Did it look like a library?
I don't know. I didn't go down.
Did it look like a library?
I stayed only in the entrance. I did not truly
It's
go
just a
into the
tunnel that goes
building.
down into a dungeon. I don't know what's down
Am I still invisible?
Yeah, you can be invisible for
Library?
you can be invisible for an hour, so until you use like an attack action, basically. So you cast any spell. So you can still speak though. Just the voice.
It seems as though the only possible chance to danger is if we make contact with this rot. I can appease Zana by scoping out the inside of this building. By keeping flight, risking no contact.
Yeah, I can turn into a bat again.
This is true.
That is smaller.
Balthazar, have any captaining to do?
I still think we should just all leave and go somewhere and just enjoy the rest of our lives before this all takes over. This is your trial run.
Or we could just burn the building down.
I think that we should do that, but I think that we should just check and see what's in there first in case there's anything important.
So be it. Xavier, you're with us. Everyone else, make sure nothing chases us down. Is that within your means?
Yes, Seth, I believe we can all get this done for you. And he's looking at you. He's not like the pieces of flesh that are just like gone. He's just all happy, all derpy.
Fine.
But if you die in there, I'm definitely retiring. You promised me a girlfriend.
That's fair. I still think this is a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea. We shouldn't. We could have stayed on the island and let it eat us.
I would like to take out my set of scales.
Okay.
Let me see. What would I use? Like to use a piece of the rot. I fucking touch it. And I would like to. Do we have any information about Arrakis on us? We do, don't we? Don't we have some books?
You have books, but they're loads of different types of information. One of them was like history of the world, and the other was something about monsters and
The
creatures.
history of the world.
Okay.
And I'd like to place them both on the scales and close my eyes and call upon the divinity. See if anything happens.
As you place these items on the scale, see what happens. The rot goes ways down on one side. And as it does so, it lights up into flames
Okay.
and just disintegrates upon the scale.
I take this to mean that there's no. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not the best at interpreting anything, but there's likely no information down there that we'll need. However, we can't really allow it to permeate from this location. This is something new.
Burn the
Unfortunately.
fucker down.
Yes.
I like that plan.
Let's go in very briefly. And the second we encounter any hard obstacles, we light the fucker up.
I hear that.
Alright. Everyone ready?
I turn into a bat.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to enhance ability, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cast enhance ability on myself because I have a disadvantage of stealth, so.
Someone light a torch. I can spread it.
Yeah, but we don't want to spread it while we're in there, unless we're on our way out.
Oh, we're in there?
We're going in there. I would say we wait on that. Is everyone able to see clearly in the dark?
Yes.
At blind sight.
Inside. I think the only one is Ambrose. Who can't. Oh no. And Hermit.
Hermit can.
Hermit can.
Yep.
Xavier can't. I think.
Xavier can.
Well, maybe
Eye
we don't
patch.
have everybody in there. Maybe it's just a small scouting party. We don't need. I feel like the more people we have in there, the more likely we accidentally disturb something.
I feel like if we are careful about it, we can do it. I don't want two people getting stuck in there and just. I mean, sure we can, but if you get stuck in there, there's nothing we can do, and we just have to be like, all right, they're dead. Without a sufficient fighting force, there's no way we could catch up. So.
Or maybe Xavier stays outside then.
So I'm gonna keep flight at 10 feet into this place.
You can't fly into the
Oh, we
into the staircase. No.
Oh, we're gonna.
Zana would be able to because they're a bat.
Yeah.
A bat with a real weird mouth.
Guess I'll walk like a peasant.
Okay, you peasant walk through. Something you're quite used to, Bones. Okay, so you come through the threshold, noticing corpses about, footprints here and there. You,
They fresh.
yes.
Can I notice anything different about like the aura and the lights and stuff with my blind sight? Does that change anything? Or can I just not perceive it?
You wouldn't be able to see. Well, you can see light because you're still like bats aren't blind. Just would see. I don't know if they're color blind or what, but let's say they're not color blind and you just see the same colors.
Okay.
Everyone else also very quickly sees these different colors emanating from this entrance that you're going in. Anything else before you actually try and go downstairs? You're in the main building.
Let me see if Amber has anything to prep. I guess Amber will have his little light object that gives 5 feet of dim light for himself,
Okay.
just so he knows where he's stepping.
Nice, nice.
That's all that he can do.
I think Ambrose also can hover, so he'll just stay just barely off the ground. Owls can't hover.
He could reduce you.
No shit.
He could fly a bit.
That's alright. I can see. So we have dim light like ahead of us, or is it just dark?
So there's this weird light emanating from inside,
Mm-hmm.
from down below, and it does light things up in here along with the sun is out, and you're able to,
Right.
like, you can fairly clearly see everything in
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Question. So,
Yeah.
is it possible for me to like cast a concentration spell and then use my wild shape, or would it drop the concentration?
Are you at the point where you can cast? Are you at the point where you can cast spells while you're in wild shape?
Is that a point?
Huh?
Is that a point?
Yeah,
I don't
you're.
know.
I'm pretty sure at some point you're.
I know nothing about druids.
You may not be able to.
No, I don't think so.
PHP.
I'm not technically casting it while I'm in wild shape.
True, but if you can't cast while in wild shape, then you can't concentrate on a spell.
That's DMG.
What?
Can Steve G use their PHP now?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say anything about it, so I'm assuming I can't. I kind of figured, but I just thought I'd check. Okay. No, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm not familiar enough to be able to tell you.
It doesn't specifically say, so I'm assuming that it just means that
I could have sworn we had a PHP here, but
Yeah, we did. Maybe should stick with him.
yeah. What type of shenanigans is that? Okay. So you're just walking in?
Mm.
Carefully.
You go and you kind of follow this it's like the same sort of winding thing that you saw at the top, and it continues down. You're just kind of going along the outside of this weird earth tendril. It's just reaching out.
Can I go in front? I have 60 feet of line sight.
You can be on whoever's in front as well. You can just sit on their shoulder or something.
I have 120 feet of dark vision.
Oh,
so
okay.
like
That's
dim
sick.
dim light.
That's
So-
sick.
Ambrose has the
Do you wear hat?
dim
Wait,
light.
you're
Don't wear a hat. No. I don't know. Do owls even have shoulders?
I don't know,
I'd give you a wing.
I guess I'll just like kind of climb onto your head and like hold on. Those cute little like
I
when they
love
put
that.
bats on like teddy bears or whatever. It would be like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna like. Try to give you like bardic inspiration.
Okay. Wait, what's that?
DM.
You try to
Do that.
summon the dead, Seth.
Yeah. I'll let you do it that way.
Okay, so, you have bardic inspiration for the next 10 minutes.
Remember what that does again?
D6 to ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
As you are walking, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Yep.
20.
Flat 20 or
No, dirty 20, right? When
dirty
you
20?
add.
Next.
to your-
Yeah. Okay. You notice that these are almost greased. As you take your next step, you put your foot down, and it feels like it's trying to pull you down. You're slipping, and like it's gonna just drag you down. You're walking on some fairly like thin steps as well. Like your heel can fit, and if you're walking up, like your toes could fit. So you're having like a hard time like really
Yeah.
walking down these stairs.
Almost skipping down.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely feel a little uneasy as you walk, but nothing crazy happens. Take a few more steps. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Being very careful. I just gotta make sure that this.
You're
doesn't
careful.
do
I have
anything.
talons and I'm still sliding.
Oh no. That's neat.
8.
Lighter.
Hmm?
Move the lighter so it doesn't hit it.
Can you tell me what
Interference.
spells Ambrose has prepared?
Are you talking about like Featherfall?
Yeah.
I don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less because of my cat's grace anyway. But if it's more than that, then
You have Cat's Grace on?
yeah.
Do you not get advantage then?
I don't. It's only on checks. It's not on saving throws. That's what I
Well,
was checking
I'm gonna
right
give
now.
I'm gonna let you do a dexterity check. This will be your advantage to catch yourself as you start slipping.
No,
Nope. Okay.
it's even worse. Jesus.
You slide.
It took one dice to do that.
That dice is cursed. I think you should get rid of it.
You slide into Bones as Ambrose is fluttering above.
He does not have Featherfall.
Does he have anything that could help you in this situation?
Not as far as your actions go. Do I have Featherfall? I have Featherfall though.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel yourself slip and like you're going to be sliding.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Okay. You cast Featherfall,
That's good dice.
you slowed the fall that's going on. You're able to grab onto the stairs behind you, kind of pull yourself in, and stop yourself from sliding all the way down these stairs. It's like it would be a slide, basically. You're in this like weird tube that you're going down. And as you continue,
That gives me an idea.
you guys are being real careful, and the light gets a little brighter. The smell gets to be that of what you had smelled earlier when you had burned some of that rot away. And you open up into this created cavern. You two in front, what are you doing as you would come around? You'd come around this corner. There's like you've been coming down like a spiral staircase,
Right.
and in front of you has just this whole time just been, wall. You can't see anything else, just down. And you finally notice right ahead of you, you're coming out into an opening. You feel a little bit more air coming through. What do you
But
do?
the smell of rot.
Yep. What do you do as you're about to see what's ahead of you?
I like detect. I want to use my hearing to see if I hear anything like moving around down there.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. At advantage.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Ooh, not 20.
Nat 20. You hear...
Plus I have bardic inspiration too.
You-
You don't need to
You
use
don't
it.
need
Don't
to use
worry.
it, no. But you have guidance.
You hear echoic footsteps. About 9 of them.
9 feet. Or
9
sets of feet.
9 sets of feet down here.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
You also hear this large... It sounds like stone, like large stone rubbing against itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you're dragging a cinder block across your driveway.
I could probably hear this, right?
You probably could. It's loud as fuck. It's like a...
But we don't necessarily hear the steps.
You hear the steps.
We all hear the steps.
I mean, you would have to roll perception. He has too high of a perception for me to ask him to do it. Because there's basically no reason. I think a 15 is as low as you can get. I don't
No, 12 is as low as I can get, but
Yeah, okay.
my passive is 21.
Can I? Okay. So, as of that, I can like climb on walls and stuff. Can I like just climb into the cavern on the wall, like inconspicuously, to see if I can kind of scope out what's going on in there? Yeah.
You do know that it's super fucking bright in here. But you could.
I mean, light doesn't really affect whether or not I can see. I mean,
No, it affects whether or not you can be seen.
but if I'm just climbing on a wall, I'm just a bat in a cave.
True. Roll me a perception check with that thought process you just went through.
Um,
You know what? You can do insight instead if you'd like.
wait. Do I go off with my regular ones, or I don't think I have anything for.
That should be in your.
Okay. I will. No, I'll wait. You said either investigation or perception.
Insight or
Or
perception, yeah.
Okay, they're exactly the same. So that's 11.
11. You would know after walking all the way up here, all the way up to this base and walking around, there's nothing alive anywhere.
Okay.
So it might be weird if a bat comes in here.
Just like climbing on the walls.
You can go.
Wouldn't see
Do
it.
it. I'm not. I'm just like trying to give you what I can.
Yeah.
You still are able to. And you're a small little bat. You could fly back through.
That's true. Okay, can I just like tell everyone to like hold on a second and just I
No.
just want-
You can motion your bat. You can't talk.
Is that stone that I was hearing, is it consistent or are there pauses at all?
There would be no pauses. It's just sliding across.
Is it like getting louder, quieter, or is it remaining a steady volume? I can roll to pick out minor details if you'd like me to.
Let me just turn this a little bit so you're not looking.
Yeah, I'm not. My phone's gonna die, so I'm busy copying my character sheet right in front of me.
We'll say that in this case, you are hearing it move away from you.
Okay. I was thinking it was like maybe someone was pushing a wheel, like 9 people were like pushing something to operate something.
Good thought.
But
No, this sound is too perfect. There's no like error in the sound of this movement.
got it.
So have I become to like walk out of this?
I left you at the corner.
Like
That
right.
you were in
It's like
control
right
of
there.
yourself at this point. You're able to take a couple steps down, and then you would be face to face with whatever's ahead of you.
What do you see? What do you not see?
Um,
There's a bat.
Okay, I think I'm gonna like kind of like just like bite your head a little bit just to like get your attention, and and I'm gonna fly onto the wall and kind of like climb up it and like look back at you.
Okay. So I'm stopping.
You're stopping.
Yeah.
You maybe put your head through just to peer through and see Zana as they continue, or no?
Do I put my head
Do
through?
you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Just to kind of have
yeah.
eye contact.
I'll take the couple steps down. I'm curious. That's shit.
Yeah, you can also like hold on to the walls and like just do the lean thing. What's ahead of me, type of deal.
All right. What do I see through the door?
Well, first let's get to Zana. You fly through and you come into this big open cave.
No, I don't fly through. I fly to the wall.
To the wall that's inside, right?
No, I fly to the wall that's like where I'm just literally
right next to the
Oh, like
door.
off of his head onto the wall right here?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I'm just gonna like crawl in just like barely enough so that I can kind of try to see what's going on in there, but I want to like just like quietly crawl and not like calling attention to myself or anything.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you go super carefully. Roll me a stealth check. Make sure you don't crumble anything or break anything off the wall.
That's a 25.
Great.
Did you use your bardic inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get an extra thing with that. I gotta read up on that.
Oh wait, do I only get bardic inspiration once?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
do.
one roll.
It's not important. You can choose to re-roll the inspiration die for ability checks as the mote of potential that surrounded you.
Well, I got a 19, so I probably wouldn't have done that if I'd
Oh.
known that it was only once. But I mean, it would have been a dirty 20.
It would have been a
dirty 20.
I'll do it this time. You get to keep that bardic inspiration, and you get the dirty 20. That's your.
No, without the bardic inspiration. If I take that away, I didn't realize it was only once. I forgot.
Yeah.
But without the bardic inspiration, I still got a dirty 20. I
Yeah.
rolled a 19.
Cool. Yeah. So you're looking out, and you see a series of statues. Very huge statues. Basically, from the floor almost to the ceiling.
Whoa.
It's about 50 feet tall, it looks like, at least,
Jesus.
in there.
How many of them?
3. 3 enormous statues. 2 of them are just resting there. They have these masks upon them that were placed by something else. You could roll me a history check. This will be a high DC.
Um, 13.
13 isn't enough. Other than the fact that you recognize these to be some sort of like figurehead of the orcs. The stances of these and the body shape of these 2 statues that are up ahead, like closer to you, they're clearly some sort of orc. But then there's some weird mask on the face that has been placed there after the statue was made. Quite obviously. And then you notice that there are 9 different orcs walking around down at the ground floor. And you see this enormous ruby, huge ass ruby, moving across the ground. As it's moving across the ground, it pulls your attention, and you notice the last statue. It has these glowing red eyes, and as the ruby moves, you notice one of the eyes just dim.
How is the ruby moving? What do you mean?
Well, as you have had your attention brought to the statue, you notice this really, really tall, thin figure standing at the base of the statue.
I can't perceive anything more than that. Like I can't tell. Like I don't know anything
You
about
can-
the figure except that it's a figure.
You can see
How tall is
Slender Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm like thinking.
how much blind sight do you have.
60 feet.
Yeah. I'm giving this to you because you get this off of normal vision. You're not really able to see too much other than you do see like the arms kind of moving.
It's dragging the ruby, or the ruby's moving by itself? And when
It's-
you mean it's moving, is it going like back and forth? Is it going one direction?
So
Is it-
the creature that you're watching is standing at the base of this third statue. It's all the way at the other end of this room. And you see them like moving this ruby magically. Like you can see their arms moving like this, and you see the ruby slowly dragging across the ground.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna walk back in. I have no idea what the point to make this. I'm gonna crawl back into the hallway. I think I'm gonna fly back up the stairs.
Past me? Like all the way out?
Just like zip.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be like speeding, but I think I'm gonna kind of be like I can't talk, so I'm gonna like just fly up.
Just leave.
Yeah.
What say you, sailor?
I would like to get to where I can peek around.
Okay, you have to do some shuffling. You two.
Once I see that nobody else is following me, I'll go back. I'll like hang on the wall. I'll like hang in the back. But I kind of like made my
Yeah, 'cause
opinion.
I have a couple. Yeah, because I have a couple questions about what I'm seeing.
Okay. You get to the point where you can lean down and look around with this spiral staircase.
What kind of architecture am I seeing?
You're seeing very, very rudimentary architecture. The statues are incredible.
Do I recognize anything? Does anything?
You can roll me a religion check or a history check.
Not a history. This one's been calling my name for a while. Okay, that's not bad. Religion, I have that right here. That'll be 15.
15. You recognize
Oh, it's
those.
intelligence. I forgot.
Huh?
I forgot religion's intelligence. I'm like, why is it so?
You do recognize these as, like, the orcs had, like, this great chieftain that everyone admired.
Gotcha.
It's this ancient dude.
I kind of figured, but the mask would be,
The mask.
since it's out of place. What? Anything about it?
How good's your vision?
I mean, as good as you want it to be.
Do you
Got
have
the
any-
spyglass.
Do you have special? You do have the spyglass.
I can pick out minute details up to a mile away or something like that. I don't know.
Do you pull it out?
Depends. Is it loud when I?
Not if you do it very quietly.
Okay, then yeah.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Fucking minis, man.
Why do you have them all there?
Because I was having fun with them.
Yeah, but it's not the
Roll it
time.
again. Roll it again.
That'll be a. Include myself in that. It's the same, so it's gonna be 15.
You're far enough away. You're not like spyglass time. So yeah, you're good.
So there's like big rock rumbling noises, so like that masks a little bit.
Yep.
That's a good point.
So you do it very quietly. You get it all set up. You peer through. Do you only look at the statues, or do you look at everything?
No, I'm gonna look at the tall figure that I would probably see. I'm gonna look at the mask, and I'm gonna look to like see if there's corridors, see if there's any sort of areas that look like they might have information or riches.
As you look at the figure at the base of the far statue, you notice that it is extremely tall looking and very thin. Long, pointed ears.
Skin color? Is there skin? I guess I should ask.
It's quite white. It's like me if I spent even less time outside.
Is it wearing clothes?
It is wearing clothes. It just looks like a lot of.
I said I can notice minute detail. But...
How minute?
It's shaven. Doesn't do too good of a job on the undercarriage. You've noticed that on its face, it wears the mask that you see on the two statues.
Okay.
This is a all-white mask that has this black painted along the bags of the eyes into these long points that come down. And then it kind of goes down the cheek, but comes up to the nose. So through the gap that's left in its chin and mouth, you notice a very pointed chin, along with sharp teeth.
Or do I notice anything else living?
You notice 9 orcs walking about.
Do they look enslaved?
You peer at them, and you notice that they are all gushing rot from their
Oh.
orifices.
Are they walking away from the other thing?
They're just wandering.
They're on patrol. They're on patrol.
They don't look like they're wandering with purpose,
Right.
and of any sort. They're just waddling about.
Zombies. They're zombies.
Right. So, what about the layout of? Can I see anything worthwhile here? Like something that might contain riches or information in a room.
You would notice that there are different little branching spots that come out. There's probably like 2 or 3. You have no idea.
What that means.
Otherwise, you notice
There's no like
a
signs.
ginormous ruby, sapphire, emerald.
Mask? This is what the mask looks like?
Yeah, except
The
it goes like up around the mouth, like it comes down to here.
Oh, like the mask and okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
He's got
otherwise,
the-
that's pretty much perfect.
He's got the opposite mask that I do. I have one that covers right here.
Yeah.
Maybe they come together.
Ooh, now I really want it. Man, why'd you say that?
Otherwise, you notice that there were 4 pillars here that were kind of holding everything aloft. Now it looks like they were destroyed, and they're kind of littering around. And you see these different swirls of light that you've noticed like coming through, super bright, where these different stones rest upon something.
Alright, I've got more questions. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
What does the environment contain? Is there like pools of blood, water, oil? Is there like barrels of anything? Is there like support beams that are looking wary? I'm like looking for things that I can use within the environment to my advantage.
Yeah, you would notice that there are various pools of blood, raw meat of orc, most likely, chewed away by the rot you know so well. There are, again, these large pillars that have really poorly made designs on them. And they're just kind of toppled over in different places. Like they were for show, but they aren't pretty.
Gotcha.
Like if dwarves made ugly pillars in in their caverns, you know.
But the cavern looks like it's being supported by walls and not pillars. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, anything flammable besides the rod itself, and how much?
There wouldn't be anything flammable other than the rot.
Okay. This spellcaster dude.
Yep.
Does he have rot around him? Is he got any rot coming out of him, or does he look pretty intact?
He looks very intact. He stands at an altar.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get as much
No,
information before I go in as possible.
You're doing a great job.
Hmm? We might be. I don't know. I feel like getting a drop on a dude like this is pretty handy because he'll probably have information on him. The group of nine, the 9 individuals, do they wander in a group or do they all
They're scattered.
scatter? Okay.
Yeah. There are a few more up at the front. You notice that there's a few stairs that lead up. So there's like this terrace almost, and then staircase that kind of leads up onto another.
And on that terrace, that's the altar area?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very big. It's
I'm getting it. I'm starting to get a picture.
You'll get a better picture in a minute when you actually go in.
Okay.
And you would also actually notice anywhere where his skin is actually visible, he is bedazzled.
Bejazzled.
He has all sorts of jewels that are like dermals, like he's embedded them into himself.
Okay, we got 9 weaklings. All scattered about. And 1 bamf.
So the only thing that you see right now, Seth, is 9 dirt bags and a giant.
More like an alien. This alien is gonna present us a problem from range. If we can get some barriers down to slow the fodder, we might have a chance. But they're doing something strange.
Like
hear
what?
this?
What's in this room?
You hear the dragging that you've been hearing this whole time stop, and from right next to it, you notice another start moving.
I can only assume they need gemstones of the caliber they have to cause a regional disaster.
Gemstones? You see a shitload of gemstones?
Yes, there's gemstones.
How big are these gemstones?
Like if about 10-15 people got in a group hug. Right? That's how I envision.
they're like 5 feet tall, and they're just like big ass.
Yeah.
Like, where would you even find that?
Yeah.
Basically.
Americans will measure anything except the metric system.
Pugs.
I say we take the gemstone. We steal this stone.
I'm gonna start flying over and I'm gonna start biting by the tail.
You're the one who wanted to destroy. I don't get you. I don't
I don't
get
get you. You said that you didn't want. Okay, we can't talk about this because I can't talk.
Go away, you flying varmint! Be gone.
Yeah, this evolved into something different.
Now it's a heist.
Yeah, I mean-
Steal this guy gemstone. 'Cause I haven't gone in yet, no? Squeezed by me and everything.
Yeah. You didn't even take a look.
So, how good is your opening attack?
As long as they don't see me, pretty good.
Wait, so I'm gonna drop wild shape.
Okay.
And I'm like, can you please talk upstairs?
If you insist.
When I get to the slippery area, I'd like to put down, like, some clothes or something that I can use to create a better surface
Okay. It's
traction.
also a little easier to climb up here because you're not going like just the ball of your heel. You're using.
But for if we come back down.
Yeah. Make me dexterity saving throws at advantage.
Okay, that's better. That is a 13.
Okay.
That's $1.5 million.
Yeah. With the +5. That's good.
16.
Dirty 20.
You climb up the stairs, come back out to the top. You're in the main room, main building.
Yes.
Why do you want to go in there?
They have a giant
Okay,
ruby.
we came down for
They
information. I think that whatever's going on down there is bad news and we should just torch the place.
And if the spellcaster just teleports out, then what?
I don't know what's going on.
If it was
with it.
just little fucking zombies and shit, sure, torch the fucking place down. But I know something about spells. They can get places. Plus, there's like other gems there.
Yep, other gems.
So that's the
May need
important
those.
part.
Please tell me Ambrose is in Paradise Rolls' D&D Beyond.
I can get behind trying to prevent
What do you
whatever
need to know
spell
about
is
Ambrose?
going on.
I need to know what his insight is.
It is +2.
15.
I
Ambrose just is like, yeah. We also don't know why these things are walking around.
that's new.
Like, what's controlling them? Not everything out here has been taken over.
This is true.
I wonder if it's like a overtime thing. Like if we leave this alone, even if we torch that place, even if like all these fucking bodies, thousands of bodies could create an army, that could be disastrous. I also have an insight of 1 million. If you ever want to have me do an insight check.
Go ahead, insight check this situation.
Be a 21.
21. Yeah, you find it odd with the whole, like, looking at you thing. Like, you've fought some of this rod that, like, turns into stuff before. But the, like, way that it's taking over these bodies and, like, moving and you being, like, it's not only unsettling, but it gives you a different vibe than the eels that are exclusively made of it. The just random rot just spreading through the forest. It doesn't feel like that. It feels less natural.
We have two individuals who, if they get the drop on them, can possibly hit some major arteries. Although, albeit, I don't know if this thing's arteries are in the same locations. You can control the area in which these zombies, for lack of a better term, will be approaching us. I doubt things that have their bodies taken over can utilize spells or the fine motor skills of ranged weapons effectively. I'm going to utilize a performance of creation. And I'm gonna create. The only thing I feel like I should create right now is more alchemist fire.
Do you plan on burning the place down with us inside of it?
No, this is an insurance policy. Like I said, I've seen your crowd control. If push comes to shove, we burn the place down and get the fuck out. And don't slip on your way up.
With the ruby.
I mean, that's best case scenario.
Um,
I'm with you on it, though. But how do we get that thing up the stairs anyway? We're gonna have to break into a lot of smaller rubies.
Very carefully.
No. Doesn't,
Oh, wait, reduce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a regular size ruby.
Yeah.
Okay, for the sake of whatever's going down there, I'm fine, but we need to come up with a plan. We can't just be, like, in the hallway down there and willy-nilly just fucking attack whatever it is this thing is.
I mean, yeah, you should read my mind. Go for a couple of assassination attempts, control the crowd, do some area of effect.
So what's it down there? It's big enough that could I turn into Katsana if once I was in there?
You
Or it
could.
kinda
It
really wouldn't do anything. 'Cause
it would
enough
be.
to fly.
It wouldn't be the best
Okay.
in there, just because there's not like it's not like super wide. That's what you would kind of assume.
It's like a really fucking tall antechamber.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we should come up with a plan. I can do Paso the Trace, so that we can sneak in there, and whoever's gonna do the attacks can feel like.
I pointed at Ambrose and Bones.
I do. So I have my dual surprising daggers, as well as magical spells.
Yeah, how many people can we
With the daggers, it's pretty good, like assassination attempts. Okay, I gotta piss.
I do too. We should take a break soon.
Yeah.
fucking hot in here?
Mhm.
It is
I'm like
extremely hot in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we take a break and then make
Yeah,
plans.
we can take
Yeah.
a break now. 10, 15 minutes. Let's come back at 30 after. Intermission. And we're back. We have returned.
How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?
Deliberation hasn't occurred amongst the players. And I believe they know now a bit of a plan.
I'm going to explain the situation to Balthazar.
Okay.
And see if there's anything he can do to assist us while still remaining up here.
Yeah, he'll, after hearing your tale, say they were like those orcs were like the ones here,
Correct.
like walking around.
Exactly.
So any of these could potentially do that.
Not any of them. Only the bloated, the ones they're standing by. Can, yes.
How,
But I'm afraid more and more will become bloated if we leave this alone.
what if the ones here start to run down there to aid them?
That's why I'm asking you to remain up here.
I think we could try to deal with whatever tries to come down and disrupt you. I haven't gotten an accurate count of how many there are, but with how many bodies there are, it could be an army. Like a pop-up army that could just rush you, so we will try to hold them off. Maybe if we get a little bit of help in making some more obstacles at the mouth of this building, then they'd have to funnel through and we could deal with them.
Like a Hodor situation.
Yes, like a Hodor situation. We could just funnel them and only have to deal with one or two rather than... looks like 6 or 7 of these could fit through. We can't deal with 6 or 7 all at once, but we could deal with 1 or 2 constantly.
Yes, easily. What I'm asking is, do you have anything up your sleeve to boon us?
What of that boon that you were able to give?
Yes. I have some. You can say no. You can say I'd like to save it up here, but it was just a thought. The quicker we deal with that, the less likely you are to deal with.
Well, you know all of our large boons, at least any that I know of, require a lot of sound. It would absolutely alert whatever's down there to our presence. If you're trying to be sneaky, it wouldn't help. Plus, we'd need to finish an entire song. If things start waking up, I don't believe it'll quite work.
All right.
We could maybe do...
All right, crew. Best of luck. We're here. Not because we asked to be here, but because we found ourselves in a situation we are not able to run away from. A situation where if we did choose to walk away, we would be labeled cowards. For this is a formidable foe that will test our resolve and induct us into the famed halls of warriors. Set up. You have 2 minutes. Good luck and Godspeed. Head down.
Balthazar will reach into his back pocket, pull out this little wallet. Inside, he has these different needles. And he'll walk up to you and he'll just put it, like, pierce you in the collar.
Ah! No, I'm just kidding.
As he does so, you feel your magical power just slightly increase. For all intents and purposes, you have one additional of your highest level spell slots.
Heck yeah!
Make sure to remember that. That is all I can do for you.
That Daenu, that will be enough.
We may be at war here. Let's try to have some fun.
There he is, yes.
A very strange definition of fun.
Shut up. Okay. Back down you go.
Yes.
Seth first.
Seth, allow me and Ambrose to take this first initial charge.
I agree.
Ambrose, take the right flank. We'll go high, and we'll hit them fast.
Are y'all both invisible?
I think Ambrose still is, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're still invisible too,
Yeah.
though, right? Okay. Because I just realized I can't do Pass Without a Trace because it's concentration. If you want my first move to be Spike Growth, that's also concentration, so I can't do both of them.
You could pass without a trace up to the best location to drop it. Pass without a trace is super strong. So it would allow you to get into position. It's a plus 10 to your stealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would allow you to get into a good, like, into the best position to start launching your attacks.
Do we want to do that then?
Because you do know it's a pretty large. I can actually count now.
If you think it's worth the spell economy, I would anticipate like maybe 8 rounds.
At its thinnest, it is 80 feet. At its widest, it's 105. All the way to the very end, it's a little over 100. Give you a little bit better of a picture before I give you the real picture.
So I think that if y'all are both invisible already, then maybe it's just worth it for you to just keep that, because, I mean, that is a second level spell for me, and if I cast that, I'll only have one second level spell left. And also the spike growth, like, I don't really need to be in. Well, how far away are the like zombies?
They're scattered.
They're not.
More of them are up close to where you would be entering.
But they're not like
They're not like in a
within 20 feet of each other.
few of them are.
So gathering a picture. And then
Okay,
this is
because then that's the other thing to
tears.
consider is that like maybe spike growth is not the best thing to have right now because I can only cover 20 feet.
Right, but if we were to retreat back up here, sort of follow these guys, we would break line of sight for that guy.
Oh, so just do it right in front of the door
That's what I'm thinking.
or the stairway or whatever.
You don't have any other bigger AoEs, card control AoEs than Spike Growth?
I mean,
Like, 20 feet, is it 20 feet radius or 20 feet diameter? If it's 20 feet radius, that's plenty.
it's 20-foot radius.
Okay, so that would be 40-foot diameter. So they're around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would cover 8 squares.
Okay. There's also,
That'd
I mean,
cover a
there's
third of the
also
room.
I can do call lightning. It's 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius. So that's
60-foot radius is huge.
yeah, 120. So I could do that, and any time that so each creature within 5 feet of I remember there was something weird about this last time. Cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius centered on a point that you can see directly in front of you. When you cast the spell, choose a point you can see under the cloud. Okay. So it's there's the point, but then I can only do 5. Okay, so then no, that's not gonna be like it's not good crowd. Like I can get it covers a large area, but I can only do like creatures within 5 feet of a point within that area that I choose. So I think Spike Growth is going to be the best.
And they take damage for every 5 feet they walk through, right?
Like every square they take 2d4, I think.
It's 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet, and it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, the difficult terrain part is the part that I was like.
Yeah, I think that's probably gonna be the best one.
Could be.
So okay, we'll just plan on casting that like right at the opening of the door then.
Yeah, like the ending over here and then extending out. Okay. I will. How far away is the slender dude from me? If I just come into the entryway?
80.
80?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get 20 feet closer. And you guys would need to get quite a bit closer.
Yeah.
So then
I need to be at least
20 feet, right? 30.
30. Which is fine because we're invisible.
Yeah.
It's not...
Yeah, I can wait till you guys are in position and then
Gosh, Seth, give us a second.
sort of approach. Oh, hold
if
on.
I did do passive web trace, that's only within 30 feet of me.
I think I'll need to wait to do my hold person till the second round, so I don't ruin the surprise. I'll stay back, then move up closer.
You should move outside of where I'm going to put the spike growth first, though, so that you don't get trapped in it.
Yes.
You going downstairs?
Yep.
Okay.
Proceed through the entrance of the stairwell.
Go downstairs. I won't make you roll for the dexterity saving throw this time. You've assisted everyone in having a better terrain to walk down. You get to the opening. Same spot you were at earlier, right before the opening.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows we're coming!
No. So, are there any spells being cast yet?
So is it me and Ambrose?
So
Sounds
can we
like
get
being at the same
can we
time?
get a visual for this? That way we can position where we want to move to for our surprise. Because I just have this rudimentary.
Can you do something with that for just a sec so I can turn this around? Like, how did that fall? Oh,
Good save. Oh,
Nope.
I tried, man.
should we just hover around you?
Which one's power? This one? This one? I maybe should have just had you come over here.
This one's better.
Plugged it, man. It's because it's wrapped around this.
What's this too?
That's. I don't know what that's to. Is that from the camera?
No, the cameras are still showing. So.
Okay, come around. It's
Oh,
it's all good.
it's to mine, isn't it?
No, it is not.
I mean,
I can
Here's
take the
everything's
camera
still
back.
working.
You guys are just all gonna have to come over here and take a look.
Hello. I don't think our audio's working anymore.
yeah, no, it's still there.
Our radio works. Come take a look at what you're gandering at.
All right. Be careful for the books.
Good book.
It might have been my
Becoming-
camera actually.
From down here, entering through here.
So they might have difficulties squeezing through the statues on the left, so you can focus your spike with them right there.
You have room up here as well.
Top of the statues. Vision on the statue's head. Did you get any high ground bonuses?
No, we might be able to do that.
Wait, where do you want me to put the micro?
Where are you guys going to?
So I'm going high left, like 15 feet left. Ambrose, I'd assume, would be doing this. Ambrose has like longer flight time than I do.
That's a 30-foot range. You could theoretically sit on top.
Yeah, I have the same amount. Walking speed.
20-foot radius. Because we still have to deal with these two fuckers. Here to
Okay, so I have 40-foot diameter then?
block this section. Have to deal with these two and this guy, but everyone else would have to pre-roll this obstacle. This guy would either have to go all the way around. Or have to go there. This guy, he might be able to squeeze through there, but I mean, he's a zombie, so.
I'll plan on doing it there then.
Like here?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for the attacks on Slenderman first, and then I'll do mine. Like as soon as they do their attacks, then I'll put that up. I just don't want to like blow the cover before it happens.
Where are you all trying to get, like, position yourselves, though? We know that Ambrose can do anything from up here. We know that Bones can do something within, like, this region here. But are you all gonna go, like, up here? Are you gonna go, like, down here?
We could try. The upper side. Try, but that would, in order to get line of sight, we'd have to be like right in here, and that sounds like a bad idea.
He's like
They are, yeah.
Where are we coming from? Where's the staircase?
Just down here.
What's the diameter of that pillar?
10?
10, so it'd be 10 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
We could try to get on top.
As I told you the other day, I took a long time on that.
It looks really good.
It does. It makes me want to go play Elden Rings. I'm definitely gonna go play Elden Rings later.
I think I would do a guiding bolt and try to get on top of there. If possible.
Right. Let's begin. We can begin from here too. That's fine. I don't really give a fuck. We can.
Some of you may die. This is advertised.
See, where's in my art? Is it in here? Is it here? Where are the ones that I've already added? My library?
For our characters.
Yeah.
Did you know you can go to here?
Here?
Add
Add
character,
character.
bones.
Here?
Yep. And then select him. And then use token selected. Maybe you might have to do that first. Oh, that's because you need to select the mouse tool. Save, and then you can just drag bones over, and you'll be his character from that screen. You can do that to all the characters.
That's super convenient.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that next time.
Oh, that's what.
Or do that for next time.
Your brother was doing. People all around the boat.
Is this where all of you are? No. You're all somewhere. You're all here?
Shit, where are the hippos?
I
Oh yeah.
fucking shouldn't have gotten to this one.
I forgot about
I,
that.
I let you guys forget about them. This one isn't here. This one isn't here. This is Seth. This is Anna.
Did something happen to the hippos?
No.
You have no idea what happened to the
We left them somewhere. We said stay here and never came back. We're going for cigarettes. We'll be right back.
hippos. God damn. Okay. Put them all here. Boom. Okay. I'm just gonna leave you all right down here. Why is this?
Can you share that on the stream or not?
Not like in a quick fashion. Let's see.